coming back to this room with the big tree that I never pointed out was a tree. A little war wasp hive up there that I want to get rid of. And here is a new enemy. But you can't scan it. Because, well, there's a runic symbol underneath it, and the game thinks it's more important to tell you that. It didn't feel it was important with the blast caps in the room with the charge beam. Because apparently, well, I guess the blast caps were in your way, so that doesn't really... I mean, it was kind of obvious to kill them, and then it was kind of just right there, but this runic symbol right here always gets me. I don't know, it's just in such an obvious place out in the open. You forget that it's there. But here is that same creature that was down below. The venom weed. Essentially the same as the tangleweed in that they slow you down, but they also do damage, so even more so than with the tangleweed, you want to shoot them to make them go underground and then pass by quickly. And that's the final runic symbol. Opens up this door that I never bothered to show. I know I said back in the other room that I prefer to show puzzles before I do them. But seriously, getting to the top right there and then going back down, that would just be silly. So now we are in this hallway with lots of venomweed and reaper vines. And I like these hallways. They're nice, somehow. Nothing really to them, but they're nice. For some reason. And some missiles and some energy. Well, full on both energy and missiles. I think I'm ready for this. Then again, being ready for a boss that I've beaten about a bajillion times, I don't know. That doesn't really seem like that big of a deal. This here is Flaahgra, some kind of plant mutant creature that has been poisoning the waters of the Joso ruins. So he's a douchebag. The thing about Flaahgra is that it has been feeding off of the great poison that was mentioned in the Joso lore, which has caused it to grow way beyond what it should be able to grow. And as such, it needs the light from these light panel things to not fall over like that. And now we set them on fire. Plants versus fire. The plant wins. I'm not sure what's up with that. The fire just extinguishes. But then again, I guess if Flaahgra just died like that, it wouldn't really be much of a fight. Honestly. Alright, Flaahgra, do your thing. No. Or rather, yes. That was the thing I was mentioning that was a thing. In that Flaahgra will try to knock those over. And before I get ahead of myself and kill Flaahgra, make sure you scan one of the tentacles, because they're a creature in their own right, even though they're Flaahgra's tentacles. I don't know why they would do that, honestly. Why make a thing that is part of the boss a separate creature entirely? I don't know. I'm not a game designer. Just make sure you get it. And another thing, I like how Flaahgra actually faces... Get out of my face! I like how Flaahgra actually faces the way you're standing. The way you destroyed the thing. That's a nice tidbit. And I'm gonna take this opportunity to take a close look upon Flaahgra's face. If only I knew what was the face. Flaahgra has a really weird design. And it's going to wake up, so get out of the way. And just hit that thing properly. I'm not even gonna bother knocking Flaahgra out because I can just do that. Yeah. The controls on the Wii version makes this fight kind of a joke. Normally on the GameCube version I would walk all the way around and lock onto the red targets on the back. But then I learned that you don't actually have to hit the red targets. You just have to hit the bottom of that thing, and with the Wii controls you can just hit them from way far away. Whereas on the GameCube you would have to stop up and this. Ow! Okay, you just got aggressive for a moment. Jeez. Just sit down and let me kill you. And I do believe the last thing is all the way over here. Nope. And I do like the little bouncy effect when Flaahgra lands. Give some nice weight to the boss. Yeah. That's it for Flaahgra. You don't shoot it, you burn it. Sick burn. That doesn't even make sense in that context. In any way. But whatever. Whatever. Some random plants grow out and disappear. And the water becomes clear again. Yes. Yes, because, like I believe I said, because I forget what I say, Flaahgra was the source of all that poison stuff, shenanigans that was going on. So now all of the water has been purified. And we get some upgrade that takes an ass truck of time to complete the animation for. What the heck, it's awesome. Or should I say, it's badass. That was so terrible, it's not even funny. Not even funny. And I don't care about that world gallery. I'm just gonna go through this door and get on with my life. And I swear that jump is impossible. But if it is impossible, I have a vague memory of making that jump, but I think they want you to fall into the water to see that it's clear now. And these boxes will always give you some of these. These are 100 energy, ultra energy. So they give you that right after Flaahgra, assuming that you're a new player and you took a lot of damage. And then they have this random new enemy, the Pulse Bamboo. There's a good chance I'll be calling these things Bombos at random points during this. But if you charge your beam, you'll pull them to yourself, so don't be an idiot. Don't pull giant electric balls into your own face. And that is quite a drop. You're not gonna be getting up that room anytime soon. But I just want to come this way and take this little elevator right here. This little something. I'm not sure what I even thought about saying there. But yeah, going around in a circle here to pick up some items and the Chozo Law. Now this Chozo Law right here is a prime example of why I don't really like Chozo Law that much. Because all this one really says is that about the future being a vague thing and not being able to foresee or control what is going to happen. Like, what it says is that the fountain may one day run out of water. Okay, so one day your fountain might run out of water. That's great. That's totally interesting. It's a good thing you wrote that down, Mr. Choso. Now right here, I could make this a lot easier on myself just by using the spring ball, but that kinda takes away from the challenge of doing the double bump jump, or whatever you feel like calling it. And there are some other challenges later on that will punish you for not doing it properly. So I won't be cheating those small morph ball jump challenges out by being a bastard like that and using the spring ball. But this wall right here, for some reason I think this looks really cool. I would have loved to have some bigger areas with walls like these. But there's not even anything to scan on it, which is kinda sad. So, yeah, that's sad. But this is happy. I got an energy tank. And you might notice that I'm back in this big room. And if I go too far away from this door, it's going to lock. And for whatever reason, this door... I can't think of another one-way door in the entire game. Which is really weird. Why that one door is a one-way ticket. I guess they know that... I guess they just don't want you to take that way. Like, eventually you'll be able to go that way. Or you would, if the door didn't close. But you'll get an upgrade that allows you to get up there. And then they don't want you to take that way to the elevator. They want you to go this way around, deal with the war wasps. That fortunately don't appear until I go up on the other level, so that's nice. But before I move on, there's a thing with the morph ball bombs to get another missile expansion. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And right here, that drop, for some reason it tends to push you out of the whole thing. Like there's a little something that you can, I don't know, momentumize off of. And right here is a mirror. Look at that jumping animation. That is the best thing ever. The fact that they didn't even have to bother animating Samus at all because this is a first-person game. That is just brilliant when they put in mirrors like that. And you might remember that there were war wasps in this room, but now there's rig bats. That's the thing. When you pick up certain items in the game, the enemies in some rooms change. Which kind of... that's the thing that brings about enemies that you can miss out of because they completely go away. They only exist in one room and then you pick up an item and then black. Black. I don't even know. But this part of the ruins here with the Hive Mecha, I never did point it out, but it's lopsided, kind of. Is that an angle? Seriously. If we take a look at the map, I'm not sure what kind of design they had in mind. Like, it seems like the other rooms are built around this being at an angle. But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because then you would assume that they built it at an angle or something. I don't know. It's weird. It's cool, but it's weird at the same time. It's a cool weirdness. And if you want to go down in this room, there's these blocks that you can destroy. But I can't think of a time when I'm going to do that, so yeah. And now we are back in this room. As you might have noticed if you paid attention, you could have gone through there once you got the morph ball. And doing so would allow you to get to this Choso lore quite a bit earlier. And that could have been a thing that I had done, because what this one says, well, it reveals the existence of an evil creature. You know, like Flaahgra. One such beast defiles a sacred fountain, disgorging poison from its foul form. So if you do come around back here and read that, you'll sort of know about Flaahgra before fighting it. But if I had come back here before, I wouldn't have been able to get the missile expansion in there without the morph ball bombs, and after getting the morph ball bombs, it would have been a way too long detour to make it worth it. So I didn't feel like it. Elevator.